Okay, we're going to label this one the Turner Super Sidekick. I had two of these, and both of them were really like new. I'll never say they're completely new because they're just not. But you know, obviously people have had them out of the box. But geez, I tell you what, have a look at this thing. It is so nice. And I've wired this up for my good mate's Jumbo, and have a look at the drive on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm sitting way back from this microphone. I'm miles back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That is drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a meter there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a meter. Hang on. Let's try a real meter. 1, 2. It's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. Geez, the drive on this thing. 1, 2. I mean, the radio's got good drive. But this Turner Super Sidekick, my goodness. We had two of these. This is the last one, guys. I did warn everybody. So when someone says to me, "Hey, but you know, you said you had more," well, I did, but I don't. Now I don't. Just to give you an idea of the Turner situation. Look, just guys, because you guys are asking a lot of questions, and I'm not always available. There's a +3 sitting over there. There's a 752, I think, from memory. Yep, 752 sitting there in the box. And there's it's a hand mic, Turner hand mic. And there's an AMB 75 sitting there. So there are a few more Turners left. Not any more Super Sidekicks. But I just thought I'd show you because these ones, I mean, all original paperwork, etc. I don't think my client will mind, because I'm not saying who he is on this. The last one sold for $600 because he bought the radio. We sold that for $500, and you know, that's really a nice clean example. Really is. The question comes up time and time again: why aren't these mics $75? Why aren't they $95? Because you can't get them. It is seriously, that's the reason. And that's the problem, is they're just not available anymore. And there's a big demand on. Well, I shouldn't say big. There's a demand. You know, it's not big. I mean, but those that want them generally tend to know to get on to be fairly quick. And this chap was clever. He said to me, in your video, you suggested you had one more, and he obviously picked up on that because I knew I said it, but nobody else did. But my good mate down there in Gippsland, you picked up on that, so you were probably very fortunate in that. Yeah, it's definitely the last one. Anyway, so this is just a shorter video. Turner Super Sidekick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a lot of output this thing's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. The Sidekicks. I mean, if you're a DXer, you want to work some stations. The Sidekick, what a microphone. They were really good. People always ask me, what do you prefer, +3B or Sidekick? Depends what you're doing. And I would have either any day of the week. I think they're both magnificent microphones. But let me just tell you, you can't go wrong with either. You really can't. The +3B probably suits more for rag chewing a little bit. The Sidekick tends to be a little more aggressive in its processor. That's about all I could really say. I mean, otherwise, man, you know, you pump those things up. Both of them work, pretty well. So anyway, just a point. I know for a fact the +3 that I showed you over there, somebody in the mess. I know that's not actually new. I know it's got a couple little marks on it, so I don't want to present that as new. I think the other two were, when I say new, sorry, as new, that, unmarked and really looking good. And we've got to be careful with our words because, sort of there's new old stock, which is one thing, and then there's, obviously it's had a use, but someone was extremely careful with it, kept it in really good nick. So, yeah, anyway. All right, well, as I said, shorter video, but I just thought, well, what the heck? I had the Jumbo still sitting here. I had to wire it up for my client. It had a, what did I have on it? It had an 8-pin plug. So I would say it was probably used on an amateur radio before. But I know for a fact he didn't get any use. It's well, hardly. So it got put back in the box and sat there for a lot of years. You can tell by the box, it's been sitting around for a long time. It's funny, we had two boxes that looked the same. They all got the same markings. And if you look at the AMB 75, the boxes get the markings around the stickers. And just over time, they cop a little bit. The paperwork, I've got to say, I mean, it's not fragile, but you know, sort of, you wouldn't want to sort of bend this over too many times. But yeah, it's actually held up fairly well over the years. And on the back, they give you a full wiring diagram, etc., etc. Oh, and just for interest's sake, I'd forgotten. I was thinking to myself, I was pretty sure it's Cybernet wiring. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Uniden, but yes, Cybernet wiring. So basically, ground on your top right pin there, switching on your bottom left pin there, mic audio on your bottom right pin there for a Cybernet radio. So if you've got a Cybernet radio, so a Super Panther or a American Electronics or anything like that. Sorry, American Electronics, bad example, came out with a 6-pin. Carina, Sound 4, anything like that. Any of the Cybernets, the 4-pin wiring is just basically, once again, top right hand side is your ground, so that's where everything sort of works from. Down to the bottom left hand side of the plug is your, and I'm looking from the back here, is your switching, and your mic audio is the bottom right hand side. And often you'll have to combine the black and the shield off, say, a mic like this. You'll find it'll work with the black, but please put the shield on there. The shield is actually to assist your mic audio on that line there. So basically, the connection between the black and the red over here becomes the switching, the shield, and the mic, which is white on the sidekicks, is down on the bottom there, and that's how you switch it in. All right, Turner Super Sidekick. Well, this is probably the last one I'm going to see for a very, very, very long time. Even in the... sorry, I remember one shelf in the American barn. I don't think there's a Sidekick on there. Might be a scratched up one. Yeah, I mean, but no, this is the last of the mint, very nice Super Sidekicks. We had to come to an end someday, didn't we? All right, guys, 73s, all the best, and thanks for having a look at our little video. Sorry, there was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, look, it was just general. Look, we are trying to get back into a lot of these here, so if you spot something that, you know, is for you, obviously, as you go into the video, pause and start telling me. There's a lot more, obviously. There's all the American stock sitting out the shed from the New Zealand museum that we bought in. So yeah, there's a lot. For the amateur radio side, we're just keeping one 101E set up over here, but all the other 101Es, sorry, 101Bs, 101s, we've got like boxed. We've got 620Bs. We've got loads of FT901DEs, 902s, FT101ZDs. I think we've got about 5 ZDs. So yeah, look, we're in the process of trying to really get into this. You know, boxed wide 844s. There is so much, guys. It's going to be a bit of a feat. There's a whole Heath kit set up down here on the floor. You know, it's just crazy. Today's job is to try and get the floor space a little bit more organised. Wish me luck, guys. Okay, 73s, all the best, and yeah, we'll get back to this this mess. Sorry, I just wanted to... There was one other thing. I'm just trying to think where it was. Oh, that's right, yes, I'm going to put this on the market. This is a really rare JIL SX400 with the actual converter box as well. So, yeah, look, anyway, there's millions of things coming up. I won't try and do it all in one video. Cheers, guys.